This call is being recorded.
Thank you for your patience. I am recording our conversation, so please don't hesitate to interrupt if you have any questions.
Got it.
Awesome. All right, one moment.
There's no need to call into that number, right?
Which one?
You had provided a number in the attachment. It's okay. We're connected. Never mind.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can call in or use the computer. Either or is cool.
Alrighty.
Sweet.
How are you?
Oh, I can't complain. I feel amazing. Starting a new day. Bakersfield. So you were born in Bakersfield at May 5th.
4th.
Sorry, May 4th, 1969.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. So awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you got the transit forecast. Especially for this full moon, given that we see your rising is in Libra, which is really great. Considering 2 weeks ago we had the new moon in Libra. So this definitely gives us a first house cycle here that over the next 6 months will come back around your seventh house and take this cycle of self-discovery and definition here in the first and bring this character to other people in the seventh, which yeah, is actually cool seeing that you have alien constructs in your natal chart. So I'm going to share with you, when I send you this recording, a link to an alien construct article. And I'm going to share the link to the Saturn instrument alien, and well, the Saturn power alien and the Uranus instrument alien. The Uranian instrument speaks of you being able to channel high frequency beings and express genius and seeing the future. And then the Saturn power alien has to do with being able to manifest anything into three-dimensional reality, as well as manifesting from the heart and even healing with crystals or heal crystals too. So this is everything that now that we're coming back around to your first house, you're coming into a greater personification of. And over the next 6 months, we will see that Jupiter and, of course, Saturn have gone direct. And we also see that Pluto has gone direct, Mercury's gone direct, and we also see that Jupiter in December will enter Pisces. And on top of that, the North Node will also now come into Taurus. So in 6 months, when the sun is in your seventh house, relative to Jupiter and Saturn in the fifth, that February 11th of this year started that cycle. This represents chapter 5. In that 2017, Jupiter went through your first house in Libra, and that represented uh, a restart of a 12-year cycle that relative to once again relative to uh, the previous cycles, this of course came back around to evolve your sense of self over the next 12 years. And so 2018 came through and evolved your value and your capacity to manifest money and resources, which is cool because we know your sun is in the eighth. And over the next 6 months, we're going to see the planet Uranus come over your sun as it retrograded, and it's going to come back over. So when you read the article, you can definitely read the uranium power because you're currently inheriting that right now. And that now adds so much extra dimensional quality to everything you're doing and how you're dealing with people. I would say Uranus, which is cool because you represent the ascended producer or ascended manifestation with your moon in Sag, having the ascendant. Right. And then we see your Neptune's in the second house. So you manifest the pure energy that induces this level of intuition. So 2018 expanded that. 2019 evolved your skills and your attitude about how you're able to show, the pictures you paint when you communicate, or the vision that aligns you with how to express this more ascended nature of your soul. And it was also a year of soul evolution. Then 2020 was definitely the difficult year where in the fourth house, you gain more independent autonomy, perhaps even working from home. And did you move last year at all or recently?
It's funny. Yes, for about home in downtown Bakersfield, and my mother fell ill, and so I moved into her home. And she went through all kinds of stuff, but eventually she had to go into a nursing home for the amount of care she required, and so I've been here ever since. And it's now mine because she passed in February. So I'm actually I'm okay. I'm really okay, and everything you're saying is so spot on. So thank you for asking. So yes.
All right, and thank you for confirming that resonates with you.
Oh
Because
yeah.
yeah, it's amazing to see your chart once again as a Libra rising, and I've come to really be fascinated with the transits we see here in the 60s, especially Neptune and Scorpio and Pluto and Virgo, which is very well aged in that right now. Neptune and Pisces and Pluto and Cap, which is fully expressing your intuitive abilities, um, something that really enables you to fully harness the growth, if anything, of this. And so
Vaguely.
2020,
Absolutely.
right. And we have to also think as a Taurus sun, this was an ascension period where you're coming into a higher meaning of your family and how you're now placing this foundation in your inner world. And really now in 2021, this Saturn and Jupiter in your fifth seek to express the full extraordinary knowledge and talent of your abilities, which is great because Libra, as a Libra, rather, as a representative of, or rather, as the ascended producer, you are the artist because Libra rising is the artist. And so, with that being said, it goes a long way towards putting you in a position to now, in the fifth house, extend this expression of your talent through writing, public speaking. This is coming back around since 30 years ago and then 12 years ago to update and master your abilities and your talents, and to really rediscover your inner child and to work with children throughout this period. And so every transit this year, like March of 2021, was really based around how you personally come into, how do I say it? It's like Aries season of that period was how you show up in relationships relative to this evolution of your talents and how you bring your talents to relationships. July of 2021, it was how you now transform the direction of your career relative to this evolution of how you set self-employment or express your talents. Libra season is now how you're identifying yourself relative to 6 months of developing your character with individual actions you've taken towards other people. Congratulations, by the way, because this is coinciding also with your Chiron return. And one
Can
important
I
thing.
interrupt you?
Oh, absolutely. Please don't
I
hesitate.
just want to rattle off some stuff real fast because it's hitting me. So you said this is a 12-year cycle. So basically, the one prior was, well, it must have started in 2009.
You know what? Let's see. And that was a really good question. So it was 12-year cycle. The last time it was in your fifth house. Technically, the last time it started for you, if we think that 2017 was the first year, well, let's say 2005.
Okay, I can attest to that. And what else I'll really quickly drop is it's almost frightening how my intuition is just, because I've always known this stuff. I have had experiences. It's just I'm not going to get into them, but like the intuition, the knowingness. You know, I left the Bay Area in 2010 when I got laid off from DuPont. I knew that Bakersfield was cost effective and I could live like a queen. I was really wasting money, but I knew I'd always have it. It was just a mindset. Because I'm not really materialistic and I favor freedom, and the security comes from just knowing I can manifest it, because I
Right.
manifested my job with Halliburton back in 2018, and I did like this invocation of this ancient Chinese wise man,
That's
and
amazing.
and I wrote it out, and I identified with this energy before the interview. I got the job. It was like I could do everything I set my mind to if I didn't drink. See, that addiction shit is probably in there, but I'm in control now, Mike. I'm good because I
Yeah.
see there's no value in it. And right now I'm about value and health,
Right.
maintaining what I've got and
Right.
capitalizing. This is a springboard. I'm taking off and I'm so comfy and at peace. Oh my God, I've got it all. I'm like spiritually wealthy. And I got my BFF, who's my ex, who I love dearly. He's a good man to have in my corner. A good man, it doesn't mean we're sexual, but we take care of each other. I need somebody in my ring. I have friends,
Right.
but they're old school friends, and they don't think like me. I can't have these conversations, so I write a lot, and I spend a time just
That's
hearing
awesome.
my thoughts or feeling the energy, feeling the love, the universe. And you're so right. I do create from my heart. I don't want the wealth for my sake, but me and my estranged brother haven't talked to 25 years. Then he wanted to make sure he came and got his money. Well, he's blowing it. So it's like I'm giving him a little bit at a time, and I'm gonna max it out, and he's gonna have more than what he was gonna get if I just cashed him out on what he
Right.
supposedly owed. So it's like I'm taking care of him that he don't know it. Oh, another big thing, and I'm gonna shut up. Anytime I get triggered and I go into my bitch and I get like offended by people, because I'm usually love bombing, I just go, okay, thank you. That's an opportunity. I still got growth. I'm still judging, and it's I just love more. And I have to fix myself. I'm still growing. Or be-
Honestly, I really appreciate that because once again, there's a lot you said that helped me understand your chart more. For example, the eighth house deals a lot with addiction, and now knowing that you have Saturn in Taurus shows that relative to your last Saturn return and coming back around the Saturn return, you have definitively conquered this, and it's great to see you
Fuck yeah.
have overcome it. Yeah. And please, like, it's important to note that with Saturn here, this was a major karmic lesson that you were very much so meant to help process with and for other people. As in terms of really, especially seeing your North Node 29 degree, which sets up much of your lifestyle, of your destiny to overcome behavioral elements collectively that you also pick up from a lot of people. So this is going to really influence a lot of how you deal with others, heal others, and really, relate with others because of what you've gone through. And then another thing that you said that was very, very, very important and very relevant is that you're spiritually wealthy. And that is actually, I know, and I know you definitely know this, but I just kind of want to I just kind of want to confirm that and really, really emphasize that it's at a level that is higher perhaps than someone who really is just materially wealthy. We also have to remember Taurus is the natural royalty. So you have the spirit of natural royalty where you're already, you know, a detractor of physical wealth. But Neptune here in the second, in Scorpio, Libra rising's got the sauce. And Neptune is I'm sorry, Scorpio is the second most wealthy zodiac sign. So you actually having Neptune here is once again legitimately a form of spiritual wealth that is intangible. But you now, you've experienced this where you've been able to incorporate psychic or metaphysical dynamics to manifest. And I just want to maintain that, not everyone has this ability or this authority like you have to manifest at this quality. So it definitely does speak to being able to convert the spirit force or strength of your own spirit to manifest through Neptune, whatever you imagine, really, at a pure level, and how you do it, which once again, it's something that might be lost on most people who are so materially focused, but you're unlocking coming into the next 6 months the full ability to do this now that you've overcome previous limitations and you're so much more awake than you were this past cycle. So that's what you're going to experience post February, really January, when the north node enters Taurus and begins to lie in your spirit. The south node is immediately going to go over Neptune, and it's going to fully unlock this aspect of your manifestation as a resource to bring into the eighth house and to share these resources with others, to deal with others in this sense, and to barter with others. This can set up self-employment in that you're taking these pure resources to ground naturally and maybe trade, invest. It really reminisces a lot of what you said with your brother, I believe, where it's like you're taking what you have to take care of other people close to you. So, I mean, that's just very, very, very fascinating. And once again, 2022, when Jupiter goes into Pisces, we're seeing a full-on integration of your lifestyle coming all together, where the 6 years of personal development and evolution are coming around to change your entire life and integrate all that you've evolved into this lifestyle so that you can fully harness the mastery of your routine and behavior, heal and overcome any health issues. And then when Saturn goes through here, overcome the limitations and challenges to fully master this. Then 2023, Jupiter will go into the seventh and evolve your partnerships. And then 2024, Jupiter will come over your sun, and that will be like a first house chapter while transforming in the eighth. So we know that next month during Scorpio season, from the full moon, that's releasing elements of how you hold space with others with your identity for you to fully identify with this sense of your artistic self. The Libra rising is how you personify yourself socially in relation to other people. And in 6 months, this is going to develop your character to bring this evolution of your talents into your relationships with other people. Because in 6 months from now, whereas March of 2021, you were coming into the definition of your persona in relationships with others, or rather how you hold space individually or what individual actions you take towards other people while your fifth house was evolving your talents. Coming into 2022 in 6 months from now, the Aries season will be okay, how do you identify yourself in your
Mhm.
individual actions with others, but this time relative to the evolution of your lifestyle, relative to how this change in your behavior is now influencing your relationships with other people individually. And it's going to be such, I mean, this is just going to like simplify so much how you do what you do. And as a Taurus, this is going to be a dream and wishes come true transit because it's 11th house to your sun. So Scorpio season is going to manifest the value of this sense of your worth in Scorpio, square the 5th house in Aquarius. That's going to challenge how strong your self-esteem is and how much more courageously you express these talents. It's going to really bring the purity of this wisdom and apply that to what you've been evolving, because the completion of the 5th house cycle happened in August, where now you came into more where this creative ability and talent from your heart belongs within your social circle of friends, and really now came into the cycle of finding more people you can talk to about this type of stuff and who really, resonate with this. So Scorpio season is going to now challenge how much more confident you are with this more, you know, evolved sense of yourself. And that new moon we have is going to be with Uranus right next to your sun, 12 degrees, opposite the sun and moon. And it's going to really draw on your awareness of your dealings with others in order to manifest a much stronger, more supernatural way to manifest now that you're so much stronger. Jupiter will be squaring Neptune around this period more directly. And what's also relevant here is that we will see with this new moon, because Taurus is now with your sun, the 7th house, Scorpio is the 7th house to Taurus, this manifestation is going to be relative to your awareness of your pure partnerships with other people. So you'll be manifesting the more value of your awareness of partnerships and relationships that form. And then Sagittarius season will transform it's going to bring your awareness of transformation and intimacy in the realm of your attitude around how you see what's transforming and how you're dealing with others, and how more intuitively you're coming into this. So the North Node that went over your Mercury and Gemini is what now ascended the higher meaning of truth and took and unlocked these ascended abilities to in some form induce clairvoyance or be receptive to these visions in order to now align your mind into a more enlightened way of processing information, especially in connection to manifesting, angelic or enlightened insight, even whether through prayer or legitimately calling on certain frequencies. This is what you're going to bring with you into Taurus to ground and directly share with other people. And so as we wrap up that eclipse in Sagittarius season, it's definitely going to go a long way into helping you really understand how much more you're grown and the ability to take this higher philosophy and show people this. And so once we come into Capricorn season, boom, we're going to have the Venus retrograde in your 4th. It's going to reorganize and sort a lot of what you established last year in order to solidify more power here and to help you understand more relative to this evolution of your talents, how much more inner peace you have. And at this point, Jupiter will be transiting your 6th house, and you'll be starting chapter 6, and you'll start the process of evolving your lifestyle. This is going to lead us into Aquarius season, where we come back around the conjunction with Saturn, but square your sun. And this is going to strengthen more the level of trust you have in the right people, while drawing much stronger boundaries with, once again, Jupiter evolving your 6th and developing your talents relative to how this evolution in your behavior applies, how this evolution of mastery of your talents is changing your lifestyle, and how you're able to integrate this into how you make a living. And that's what leads us into Pisces season, where we start a brand new cycle of how you make a living and how you're now incorporating divine elements and supernatural intuition to take your imagination, connecting to Neptune here, and to incorporate that in your lifestyle and overcome any health issues, or even in a sense incorporate new exercise regimen. And that's going to start that cycle, just like February 2021 started the Aquarius cycle. So that by Virgo season, you're now releasing old habits and you've changed your life completely. This is everything you're going to bring into Aries season, where now the character you have identified with now, you're going to be fully bringing there. Now that you're evolving more your lifestyle and you're coming into a year to see how this changing your lifestyle is influencing how much more powerfully you show up and heal other people you're in a relationship with. So once again, I hate to cut this call short, but that's really the next 6 months in a nutshell. This is a very empowering 6 months. It's going to have you wrap up a few cycles and see the nodes now unlock your supernatural and pure manifestation ability of energy into grounding into the royalty of your spirit. And did you have any final questions at all?
Not at all. No, because you hit everything. And it's as if we had this conversation in the ether, and the astral, because I'm tuned into you, Mike. I've learned a lot from you. You've confirmed tons just from watching your shows, and Dolo too. I've learned and I've adjusted some of my beliefs that, I tend to still be a little naive, but myself a lot more. And if it, like it comes from the heart, then I'm going to be fine. I
Right.
do run it through the heart, and yeah, self-image is something I'm totally working on. My health, and yeah, I'm just maximizing on what I've got. So thank you.
No problem. And once again, I'm very honored, and I hope to keep in touch with you. And you stay blessed and have a blessed weekend.
You as well, Mike. We'll talk to you again.
All right, sounds great. Peace out.
Okay.